Rain slithered through the thick canopy of the Congolese jungle, each drop whispering against the leaves like tiny drums of war. Beneath that green cathedral, a man crouched low, his breath steady, his heartbeat measured, his eyes burning with the thrill of the hunt. Sergei Kravinov, known across continents as Kraven the Hunter, had once hunted lions, tigers, elephants, even mutant creatures and enhanced beings. But none of those trophies satisfied him anymore. For years, Kraven had craved something greater, something worthy. He had read the old tribal stories, legends of the great watchers who came from the heavens to test the strongest warriors of Earth. He had dismissed them once as folklore. But after his encounter with Spider-Man, a man who defied all natural laws, Kraven began to believe that Earth's boundaries were too small to hold the predators of destiny. It began with the discovery of the hollow crater deep in the Congo. Locals said lightning had fallen from the sky, but Kraven knew better. The burned trees formed a perfect circle, the soil fused to glass, and strange symbols glowed faintly in the mud. Around it were skinned gorillas, muscular beasts stripped clean, their heads mounted on sharpened spears of alien alloy. Kraven smiled. Finally he whispered, "A hunter greater than myself." For 3 nights, Kraven tracked the unseen presence that had done this. He studied the strange claw marks on trees, too deep for any blade he knew, too clean for any beast. He found footprints that appeared and vanished in the same breath, as if the creature walked between worlds. Then came the roar, not of an animal, but of something mechanical and alive. He glimpsed it in flashes, a ripple of light in the air, a distortion moving through the trees, bending rain and moonlight around it. Kraven raised his rifle, but his instincts told him the truth before his eyes confirmed it. He was being hunted. From that moment, the jungle became a game board. Kraven could feel the presence watching him from the treetops. His traps, deadly and ingenious, were triggered without catching anything. His poisoned spears struck only empty air. Each morning he found one of his trophies missing, replaced by the skull of a beast carved with alien precision. But Kraven was no prey. He adjusted his tactics, studying his invisible rival. When he found the shredded remains of a crocodile, with plasma burns on its flesh, he knelt beside it and murmured, "So you use fire as your spear. Let us see who earns the right to hunt this world." That night he constructed a fortress of traps, a field of motion sensors, pressure mines, and camouflaged spears tipped with venom from the black mamba. Then he waited. Hours passed. The jungle slept. Then through the darkness, a faint clicking echoed. A rhythm, alien yet purposeful. Kraven felt it vibrate in his bones. The air shimmered, and from it emerged a towering figure, masked in metallic armor, dreadlocks of alien fiber swaying behind its head. The predator had arrived. Its mask glowed with scanning symbols. It studied Kraven for a moment, then deactivated its cloak entirely. It stood tall, letting him see what hunted him. To the Yocha, there was no honor in killing an unworthy foe unseen. Kraven grinned. "So you wish to test me?" The predator's mandibles flared open, clicking in approval. The hunt was mutual now. Over the following days, the jungle became their battleground, though no true confrontation had yet occurred. Kraven watched his prey stalk other hunters, mercenaries, poachers, even military units that entered the region after losing contact with a satellite. None survived. The predator collected skulls. Kraven collected knowledge. In the silence between rains, Kraven began to understand his foe's pattern, its sense of ritual, its code of honor. This was no beast. It was a warrior. And for the first time since his obsession with Spider-Man, Kraven felt alive again. He crafted new weapons from salvaged alien tech, nets that could pierce armor, bullets tipped with diamond shards, and a serum to heighten his senses beyond human limits. He painted his chest with ash and blood, a mark of the hunter reborn. In the predator's mind, Kraven was no longer prey. His tactics, cunning and courage elevated him into legend, a worthy quarry. The Yocha's wrist gauntlet recorded his name in alien runes. This hunt would not end in the shadows. It would be a test of pure skill, hunter against hunter, world against world. One night, under a red eclipse, Kraven climbed the tallest tree, peering over the jungle canopy. He roared into the sky, his voice carrying through the mist and thunder. "Come, creature, come and take my skull if you dare." From somewhere deep in the forest, a shrill roar answered. The predator accepted. By dawn, both prepared. Kraven packed his final weapons. The tranquilizer rifle modified with explosive rounds, the spear of steelwood, the curved machete blessed by tribal shamans. The predator sharpened its twin wrist blades, recharged its plasma caster, and adjusted its cloaking array. Each one knew, only one hunter would leave this jungle alive. As the sun rose and the mist curled between the trees, Kraven stepped into the arena of nature herself. He whispered to the wind, "The ultimate prey, or the ultimate prize." In the distance the air shimmered again. The predator had begun the hunt. The jungle was silent that morning, unnaturally so. Even the insects hid in fear. Every leaf trembled, not from wind, but from anticipation. Two predators now walked the same path, one born of earth, one forged among the stars. Kraven moved through the underbrush, like a whisper of death. His body was painted in mud and blood, his breath perfectly measured, his eyes aflame with purpose. Every step was deliberate, every movement silent. The serum he had taken the night before sharpened his senses. He could hear the faint hum of an alien cloaking field, and the low predatory growl echoing beneath it. He was being watched again, but this time he smiled. From the shadows, the predator crouched high upon a tree branch, its biomask scanning through multiple visions. Infrared, ultraviolet, motion. Kraven's heat signature was faint, barely visible, hidden by the herbal compound smeared across his skin. Impressive, the Yautja thought. Few prey understood the art of concealment. The predator clicked its mandibles, switching vision modes again. There, a movement near the ferns, a trap. The alien hesitated for a fraction of a second before leaping backward. A massive spike trap sprung from the ground, barely missing its leg. Kraven had set it perfectly, an ambush meant to test reflexes. Good, Kraven muttered under his breath, hearing the mechanism snap shut. You are worthy. The hunter loaded his custom spear gun and fired into the canopy. The spear exploded mid-air, scattering fragments of reflective glass, not to harm but to expose. For a split second, the light bent around an invisible shape. The predator's form flickered like a ghost. Kraven's grin widened. The jungle exploded in motion. A plasma bolt screamed past Kraven, melting a tree trunk behind him. The hunter rolled aside, drawing two serrated knives. He sprinted toward the flash, dodging a second bolt that scorched his shoulder. Pain surged, but he relished it. Yes, show me your strength. The predator uncloaked fully, landing before him with a thunderous impact. It towered over Kraven, muscles sheathed in alien armor, dreadlocks swinging like whips, its wrist blades extended with a metallic snarl. The two stood face to face, hunter and hunter, each recognizing the other's mastery. Kraven struck first, a whirlwind of precision and fury. His blades danced, slashing and deflecting. Sparks flew as steel met alien alloy. The predator parried with inhuman strength, one arm catching Kraven's blade mid-swing, the other driving a punch into his ribs that sent him flying against a tree. Kraven spat blood, but his grin never faded. Stronger than a lion, faster than a cheetah. Perfect. He triggered a hidden mine. A thunderous explosion sent fire and debris across the clearing, engulfing the predator in smoke. Kraven lunged through it, tackling the alien, plunging his blade between the creature's armor plates. The predator roared, not in pain, but in exhilaration. It flung Kraven off, ripping the knife from its side. For a moment, both paused, breathing heavily, circling, their eyes locked. They were equals, reflections of each other's madness. Then the predator roared and activated its plasma caster again. Kraven dove into the brush, using his enhanced reflexes to evade each searing shot. The jungle ignited around him. Vines burned, trees toppled, creatures fled in panic. Amid the chaos, Kraven hurled two spears that detonated in mid-flight, blinding the predator momentarily. Kraven seized the moment. He leapt onto the creature's back, stabbing repeatedly at the joints of its armor. The predator spun, slamming him against a rock, breaking his arm with a single blow. Kraven screamed, then bit into his own shoulder to stay conscious. He wrapped his other arm around the predator's neck, forcing its plasma caster to aim downward. A blast erupted, searing both of them. Both hunters fell to the ground, smoke rising from their wounds. The predator stood first, limping, half its mask melted away, revealing reptilian mandibles dripping with green blood. It looked down at Kraven, who was struggling to rise, blood pouring down his face. Yet the man's eyes burned brighter than ever. You bleed like any beast, Kraven rasped. You will die like one too. The predator tilted its head, admiring the defiance. It deactivated its shoulder weapon, retracting the blades. This kill would be honorable. Personal. Kraven understood. He broke off a jagged spear from the ground, holding it firm. Then come alien. Let the jungle decide. The final duel began. No guns, no tricks, just instinct. They clashed again, their movements blurring with primal ferocity. Kraven ducked beneath a blade swing, driving his spear into the predator's abdomen. The alien retaliated with a backhand that shattered Kraven's jaw. Blood sprayed across the leaves. Kraven countered by plunging his spear deeper, twisting it until the predator roared in agony. The creature seized Kraven by the throat, lifting him high, crushing the air from his lungs. Kraven clawed at its mask, tearing it off completely. Face to face now, human eyes met alien fury. Kraven smiled through the blood. "Now, I see you." With his final strength, he drew the small explosive dagger from his belt, the one he'd crafted from alien tech days earlier, and jammed it into the Predator's open wound. The explosion was small, precise, but deadly. It tore through the Predator's chest, shattering bone and armor alike. The alien staggered, green blood spilling into the soil. It tried to activate its self-destruct device, but Kraven kicked the wrist gauntlet away and drove his final blade through its neck. The jungle fell silent again. Kraven stood trembling, his body broken, his skin burned, but his spirit triumphant.